Hello, online crew. Let's have a chat today about what I'm currently doing online. What are the activities that I'm doing at the moment that are helping me to sort of be the number one enroller in my company in all of Australia and New Zealand. And the way our company works, we don't combine all countries. So there's certainly people in other countries in my company that are doing way more sales than I do, particularly in the US. People that have TikTok shop and stuff like that. Like that, we've got leaders in other countries that are absolutely blitzing what I'm doing. But in my own country, that's where they keep the stats for. I've been the number one enroller in my company, in my country for all months. Customer enroller, number one customer enroller since last November, apart from May when I spent 2 weeks in hospital where I dipped to number two. But I got back up to number one enroller last month for both customer and team member combined, like in enrollment. So a lot of people say to me, what are you doing? How can you keep achieving that with everything I'm going through at the moment? So I just wanted to have a real raw, honest conversation with you about what I'm doing. So you can take that for what you will, but maybe you might get some tips out of what I'm doing and how I'm achieving. Thank you, Megan. Good to see you on. How I'm achieving what I'm achieving with everything that I've got going on. And guys, I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm emotional. It's tough right about now, but I don't let that be an excuse. Sorry, I don't let that be an excuse for what I need to do in my business. I've just got a little bit smarter and a little bit more focused. So I want to share with you what I'm doing to, I guess, be completely honest about how I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. Just before I go into this, I just want to share. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought now. I just finished a training in the coaching community of a detailed training, and I gave you detailed notes as well, how to transition customers into team members, whether they approach you or you approach them, both of those scenarios. But it's so much more than that. Like it's just about how you approach anybody about, being a customer or a business. Like there's so much in that training outside that particular topic. So if you're a coaching community member, go and catch the replay of that training and go and download the notes, because I know you'll find that training extremely beneficial. There's a lot about how you approach situations and how you lead your potential customers and team members and stuff like that. Like there's so much in that training. Thank you, Megan. Okay, so let's get back on topic here. So to strip it back, what I'm doing at the moment, and this can be relevant to you whether you're going through a health issue like I am, or whether, life has just hit you. It could be something like I've also got a dad that's in a nursing home. His dementia has just gone next level in the last couple of months. Like it's really hard to deal with. You might have an elderly parent, you might have grandkids, you might have anything. You might have been traveling, you might have just, switched off for a while. Like those things happen. It's just life. Don't make it wrong. Just refocus. So I've had to refocus and I have less time to do what I need to do. So I've had to do that. So there's three main things. I just want to be really clear here about what I'm doing. So there's three main things, and then I want to describe them. So one is just like absolute focus. So, and that means a lot of things. So there's three things, and then there's things that come off those three things. So I'll explain that to you. So the first thing is just getting laser focused, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. The second thing is just having a little bit of planning. I'm not planning a lot, but there's a little bit of planning that goes into, showing up regularly and, putting your content together and stuff like that. So a little bit of planning. And the third thing is repurposing the crap out of my content. So repurposing is the third thing. So when I strip it all back and, think about what am I doing to get my results, laser focus, planning, and repurposing. So let me go through those. So when I say focus, this is kind of what I mean. And I completely changed my notes for this training like about 10 minutes ago. And like it's all kind of written down here. So I'm just going to read them out to you, what each one of those means. Okay. So focus. I've had to really think what really matters. What really matters. So if you've got a lack of time, lack of energy, lack of, a lot of things, it's like what really matters. Now, for me, it's like, okay, I must do these things. Like I've got to do my coaching community training and look after my VIP students, and I've got to go live. Well, actually, I don't have to go live. I'm doing this for free. I don't have to go live for you guys, but it's important to me. And I like to share what's working for me because I know it's helpful. So I put that in my planning. So for me, it's like what really matters and just stripping it back. With that, it's also cutting out what doesn't matter. How many of you have shiny object syndrome? And you're watching training after training after training, or something else hits your email. Oh, I might look at that. Or I might learn how to do that, or I need to do how to do capture pages and sales pages and this and that. And you're making everything pretty and you're automating everything, but you've got no leads. Like you might be doing things out of order. Like for me, it's like what really matters. So, and I'll tell you what that is in a second, but I've really had to think about, I need to get rid of everything else at the moment. What really matters to help me get results in my business and what I'm obligated to do. So that's a question you need to ask yourself, what really matters? And then for me, it's like going back to strategy, the ABC of social selling success: attract, build, convert. Attract, build, convert. That's all that really matters online. You need to attract people to you. You need to build your influence over those people and build your brand. That's how you build the influence. You build your brand over those people. Then you get the leads and you convert. So I'm always bringing myself back to what do I need to do for attract, build, convert. Okay. And then I come back to my other thing, which I always talk about: content, conversations, and converting them. Content, you have to do it. If you want to build online, you have to create content. So if you're not creating content, that's one of the things that what really matters. I need to create more content. So that's what really matters. Conversations. So obviously any kind of leads, following up people that didn't buy, like conversations full stop, and nurturing leads. Okay. And looking at who's looking at you and having those conversations. If you don't get leads every day like I do, then you need to be more proactive with those conversations. But content, conversations, and converting. And they go in that order. So you can't convert unless you're putting content out there or you're having conversations. Okay. So that's what matters. So focus on those kind of things. And I just repeat what works. I repeat what I know works for me. Okay. I don't look around at the moment. I'm not looking around. I'm not looking up. I'm not looking sideways. I'm not looking at my leaders. I'm not looking at their content. Well, the leaders in my team, I'll listen to their team calls and obviously look at that, but I'm not looking around. I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. I've got the blinders on and I'm focused on what I need to do to get by and to put the content out there, to have the conversations, to convert, to attract more people to me all the time, to build my brand, build my influence, etc. So the blinders are on. So I'm the type of person that likes to learn. And I get stuff that hits my email all the time and online, looking at things. And it's like, oh, what's that? I'll go over there and I'll watch that training and I'll do this and I'll do that. At the moment, no, just no. It's just I can't take anything else more in than what I need to do for my business and for me and for my health. So this is the focus. And the other thing I keep asking myself, what is the action that I need to take now? Nothing that like action will set you free. Being stuck in learning mode and listening to another training and not doing anything with it, that's what will set you into overwhelm. So it's all about action. So I'm focusing on the actions that I need to take. So it's all about the action. Okay. So that's all in the focus. focusing on what I need to do, focusing on the ABC of social selling success, attract, build, convert, focusing on CCC, content, conversations, conversions, like letting go of shiny object syndrome, letting go of being distracted by anything else, just doing what I know works. Okay. And what actions do I need to take? Actions is what will set you free. So that's all in the focus stage. Okay. The second thing I shared with you that I was doing is planning. Now, I'm not planning a lot. I don't have a 30-day plan at the moment. I'm not capable of that at the moment. But I'm planning basically just kind of a week out content that I know works. So this is what I'm doing with my content at the moment. My TikTok has tanked for some reason. I'm not getting very many views, like under 1,000 views in a lot of my videos, but I don't look, I just marry the process and divorce the result. I'm not looking at anything like that. I'm just keeping on going. So here's what I'm doing with my content. I'm always going back to the attract phase. So I'm creating videos, recording new videos where it's something helpful. It's something more personable. It's something like people learning a little bit about me. I'm letting my walls down. I'm being more authentic, and I'm giving a really good tip of some sort. So that's like a piece of content that would sit in the attract phase. And then my next video, I'm repurposing an older video where I'm talking about something that's giving a good tip. It could be educational, but it's talking about a product and it's leading it to a call to action to talk about for that product. Okay. Then the next video, I'm going back to attract again. And it's just another very casual where I'm talking about something and giving a little tip. And then the next video is another one that's educational, talking about a product, call to action. So I'm weaving in the attract phase with the building my brand phase and convert phase. I hope that makes sense. So what I've been doing is in the planning phase is I've been batching some videos in the attract phase. So I've just to give you an example, on Monday, I recorded 3 videos that I knew I was going to put up this week. So I've put 2 of them up already. And then the videos in between, I'm repurposing older videos of mine that have converted, that have got me leads. So I'm attracting new eyeballs to me always. You need to do that. You always need to be attracting new eyeballs. If you're talking to the same people all the time, then you're not going to get anywhere. So you always want to be attracting new people to you. Okay. So attract, and then a repurposed video that I just scroll my feed and I just pick up an old video that got some leads and just repurpose it. So to give you an example, where did I can't remember. Where did I put that? I repurposed a video about a week ago, an older video. It's still got, this is on Instagram, got almost 9,000 views and 520 comments. So that's what brings me my leads. This month so far, I've already matched my customer sales for April. I've exceeded my customer sales for May. I'm only 2 sales behind what I did last month, where I was the #1 enroller, and we've still got many days to go before the end of the month. So what I share with you, I know works, but with limited time in what I'm going through at the moment, this is what I'm doing. Okay. So the #1 was focus. The #2 is the planning. So it's just having a little bit of forward thought. Okay. I want to attract video, and then I want to build my influence video, and then I want to convert kind of video. So just planning out, just about 7 days ahead. And then the videos that I need to record, I'll just batch them. So they're already done. So I'm just doing them in one load. So I'm working a lot smarter. I'm not working harder. Does that make sense? So this whole everything I'm going through at the moment, I'm learning to work smarter and not harder. And so that's a very big part of that, is being laser focused on what I need to do, as well as like a little bit of planning, not a lot, but a little bit of planning, and having some forward thought to what kind of content I need to put out there to get the leads. And then I nurture those leads and obviously get sales. Okay. Stories, just off the cuff still. I'm not really planning stories. If you're following, like in the planning as well, I'm also thinking about, and in the focus stage as well, platforms. So I'm only really focusing on what gets me results. For me in my business, it's TikTok and Instagram bring me the most leads, and then I nurture those leads for the sale. So if you watch my Facebook lately, I'm not posting as regularly as I would normally do, and I'm hardly in my stories at the moment in Facebook because I just don't have the energy for it. But I'm not the least bit concerned about that for me at the moment, because that's not what grows my business. Instagram and TikTok is what grows my business. So I am focusing on the platforms that are giving me the results. Does that make sense? Now, for you, it might be Facebook. So concentrate on Facebook. What you focus on is where you'll get the most results. Okay. I focus more on Instagram and TikTok. So I focus on those videos. I focus on talking head videos, which is me talking, because I know that's how I build up trust quicker. When people see your face and hear your voice, that's where you build up trust quicker. Okay. Now, also in the planning is, as I said before, the things that I know I need to do, like calls I need to be on. I've got private coaching clients. I've got my coaching community training that I do. I've got my VIP students. I've got these live videos that I plan for. Although these I could easily drop. I don't have to. I just do them for free to help you guys, but I don't have to do them, but I want to do them. So I plan for that. So there is the planning in what do I really need to get done versus everything else. Like you will notice, or maybe you haven't, but I haven't done any extra boot camps or trainings that I would normally do like once every month or a couple of months. Like I just haven't been able to have the energy to do the extra stuff. That's okay. I'll pick that up again later. It's what do I need to focus on now to get myself the results? Okay. So that's in the planning stages. And then the third one is the repurposing. So I'm looking at previous videos, my reels, my TikToks, even my Facebook posts, and repurposing the crap out of my content in between the other content that I'm creating. This is where AI becomes really important as well, because you can pick up an older piece of content, put it into AI, and say, can you give me an updated version? Like I want a fresh perspective of this, or like tell your AI what you want to achieve and just say, can you give me another version of this? And then that's your next piece of content. You can do that with Facebook posts. If any of you have been on Facebook for any length of time, scroll back your feed, find a post that you like, throw it into AI and say, I really like that post that I did, 6 months or a year ago. Can you give me another version of that? And then post it. So I'm doing a lot of that. I'm doing a lot of repurposing and using AI to help me repurpose, and repurpose things that have worked as well. So you can kind of evaluate what's worked, in the past, and take that, put it in AI, get another version of it and repost it. Okay, so I'm working a lot smarter instead of harder. Is that helpful? So in all of that, what I would recommend that you have a think about is like you need a very strong foundation of your brand. So who do you help? Is that clear? And what problems do you solve? So I'm very crystal clear on who I help on my various platforms with my various various brands. I've got 2 different brands. I've got this brand where you're listening to now, where I teach people social media skills, social sellers, and I teach the ABC of social selling success and my CCC and my ICQ, intention, compliment, question, like all of those things. So it's very clear who I'm talking to, those in social selling, network marketing, MLM, etc., and what I teach. Then, where I'm getting the majority of my results on Instagram and TikTok with customer sales is with the menopause and hormone harmony and weight gain and belly fat and things like that. I'm very clear about the women that I'm talking to and the problems that I'm solving for them. So whatever you're doing online, whatever platform you're on, you've got to be crystal clear about who you're talking to and what problems you're solving for them. Okay. The only platform that has a little bit of variety in that is Facebook. Like my Facebook, I blend product and business and inspiration and empowerment and recipes and my life and my health, and like I share a little bit of everything. Facebook has got the capacity to do that. Whereas, if you are on things like Instagram and TikTok, then you're better off staying laser focused on your brand. Okay. So know your brand on the platforms that you're on and be laser focused with that. Okay. Then focus on the ABC of social selling success. So the attract phase, the build phase, and the convert phase. I've done recent videos about that if you scroll my feed. Then focus on CCC, content, conversations, and conversions to team members and customers. That's equally as important. And what I'm sharing with you in this video about, wrapping that all up in what I'm doing right now to get my results is 1, focus, 2, planning, 3, repurposing. That's what's getting me through at the moment, and it never fails me. Even when I go away on holidays and I come back and I'm like all scattered, and it's like, man, I've dropped the ball. I need to get back on track. This is what I would always come back to. These things that I'm sharing with you in this video. So if life gets the better of you sometimes, whether it's health, whether it's a holiday, whatever it is, and you need to come back on track, exactly what I'm sharing with you in this video is what I would recommend that you kind of refocus and do. But I've got blinders on at the moment with like what I'm sharing with you in this video, and I'm not looking at anybody else. I'm not worrying about shiny object syndrome or looking at anything else. I'm just doing what I know works, and it works every month. It doesn't fail me. So this is how I'm getting my results. And I just really encourage you to get focused. And all the things that I shared in the focus bit about, what really matters, what do you need to be doing, what action do you need to take? Don't look around at other leaders. Shiny object syndrome, comparison, comparing yourself to other leaders, comparing yourself to other people's content, trying to copy other people's content. You got to find your own groove. You got to find your own brand, your own groove, put your head down, your bum up, and just get the job done. Marry the process, divorce the result. That's what I do. Like, if I really sort of took my TikTok views to heart at the moment, I'd stop posting on TikTok. Like, I'm getting under 1,000 views on my TikTok. So for me, that's really bad. But it's just what is. It is what is. I've just got to keep going. So I still put up a video every night. I put a video up on TikTok with the strategy that I've mentioned in this video, because there might be one that does take off. Like the worst thing you can do is just stop. You just take yourself out of the game. So I hope this helps in sharing what I'm doing at the moment for me to get my results. And that you just take something out of that can help you just get a little bit laser focused or a little bit more streamlined in what you're doing. Instead of posting and praying, you're all over the place. You're looking at too many different trainings. You're not taking enough action, and you just don't really have much focus to what you're doing. So the focus and the planning and the repurposing, what I'm doing at the moment, will set you free. But that's just, open and honest sort of sharing regarding how I'm getting the results that I'm getting at the moment. So I hope you pick up something that is helpful out of that. Okay. So this is my last live video for the week. I will see you next week. I do have my very last chemo next week. It's a little bit tough at the moment. It's getting tougher. I think next week will be tough, but I as long as everything goes according to plan, I will be live as per usual. And I will be celebrating on the flip side of that it's my last chemo, and hopefully I can sort of get myself back on track and feeling normal again. But I do hope what I shared today was helpful, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.